can I share my story now? I need to get it out.
Before you share your story.
Oh, here we go. The listeners can't even know what he's doing.
That's what it fucking means.
I just said that.
Yeah.
Champions of Europe. 2-time winners. I've got a lot to say. I could go on for ages, but this isn't about me. It's about Khadija. So go.
On the way here, I was really flustered. I wanted to get here on time. So obviously got show pay. We're in the car and I've remembered like, oh fuck, I've got to go on Zoom. There's like
Why have you got to go on Zoom?
Basically work are doing a Zoom, like all 3 stores. It's like a franchise, yeah? So there's 2 ladies that own it and all 3 stores have to go on Zoom today to talk about like performance, talk about the changes that are happening. So it's really important. Everybody was talking about it today at work. So I remembered as I'm making my way. So I've joined the Zoom. Okay, yeah, I've joined the Zoom. Usually, what's the first thing you do when you join Zoom?
Mute.
Yeah, mute and
Cool.
Camera off.
No.
But what I've done is I've joined and I made a mistake. So I left and I joined again. I forgot.
You didn't mute, no camera off.
I forgot about mute. Camera was off. I forgot about mute. And you know,
in the car.
me, yeah. So me, I've asked Shohei. Obviously, I've been in the car with him for about 5 minutes now. And you know, because I was flustered, we didn't get time to speak because I was on my phone. So I said to him, "You never told me I look nice today." And then he said, "This
is 3 branches. 3 branches.
Like, word.
So
Regional managers there.
What's she got on? What's she got on?
They're all there.
So he said, while he's on his phone, you know how Shopee is? He's like,
SPK.
I'm like, are you guys gonna have to? So is it literally SP?
Yeah.
Right. So you know how SP is. He's on his phone. He's like, yeah, you look good still. And I've gone,
My guy.
And I've gone, thank you. And all I hear is, Khadija.
Oh, mate. Charlie.
4K.
Mezzo.
Hey.
I said, who locked this door?
Mess up.
I said, wow.
What, and that came through the car speaker.
It was on the lowest volume, so I literally, it was like a whisper, like, Khadija. And I've just had to do a quick speech, like, sorry guys, I know it sounds like I'm with a boyfriend, I'm just with a friend. And bye guys.
Wait, why was that? Why is it word?
Because
I think I made it worse. Even.
Like, you're fucking fake. Guys, you know why Shopey's fake? The whole way here, he was like, yeah, the disclaimer made it better. Like, that made it less embarrassing. Now that we're here, he said it made it worse.
Bro, you gotta tell women what they want to hear.
Oh, really?
This is what she said. She's all
my segue. Pull up.
Bro, they made a way.
Benga, what do you think?
About what?
Do you think that men have to lie to women sometimes?
Yeah, I think we all have to lie to each other sometimes.
Yeah, I don't think men have to lie to women. I think people have to lie to each other.
Yeah, people have to lie.
I think I just made a little comment and it was funny, but we shouldn't have to hold
There's nothing to hold accountable.
man. Don't hold us accountable. Hey, man.
No, but that lying thing though, surely...
I don't want to call it lying.
Yeah, surely the truth would be the best case scenario.
Not at all times.
Not in all situations, man.
Well, in what situation would lying be better?
Did you guys see on the Shade Bar they posted I don't know if I should say the name, but let's just say some guy basically was like, oh, you women, you say that men should be truthful to you about like situationships, but when a guy's like truthful, you guys get upset and you act like I killed your dad. That's basically what he said. So do you guys, that kind of links to what you guys were saying, so do you think that's true?
I think in that sense, obviously as we said, it depends what the situation is. That situation, I feel like you should tell the truth.
Yeah.
Because it could end up getting a lot worse in the long run. Do you get? Obviously when you say it there and then, short term,
it's painful.
It's cool. Do you get? You might not enjoy yourself. But when she starts thinking other avenues and thinking you're doing this because you're telling her what she wants to hear, then
so basically you should never be telling a girl that you're just talking to what she wants to hear. You should be telling her the truth. At all times.
Keyword, you say should.
Yeah, should. Best case scenario. Yeah, best case scenario. So that's what we're thinking.
There's a lot of things we should
be doing.
It's true.
Should do.
But the scenario, what I was gonna say, if
I'm a Christian, I shouldn't sin.
You shouldn't. Yeah.
Hallelujah.
But we all sin. We all lie.
Right.
It depends on the severity of the lie, though. I think that was an extreme lie. Okay, that's just out of order.
But then what do you...
I feel like we started off with something like, you said you look nice. Of course you look nice, but if you didn't look nice, I might still say you look nice.
Fair enough.
I
feel like that's a situation where a lie is alright.
Yeah,
That's a little white lie.
That's not
White lie.
because I don't like the way they differentiate the black and the white.
racist.
Let's just call it a lie.
Racist lie, fam. That white lie.
Alright, Dr. Umar.
It's never seen black. They call it black market. Why is it called a black
Why is
market?
it not white market?
Because it's cheaper.
They've got you. They've got
Very
you.
bad today.
They got him. He's in the shackles, my brother.
Shackles still.
I think it's cheaper.
So is there a time that women should lie to a man? Yeah, a woman should lie to a man.
Yes.
When?
To protect my ego.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
No. MP said in bed, you know.
In bed.
That's what
No, but I think the problem is
That is protecting your ego. That is protecting your ego.
Okay, but it depends. I think the problem with lying is sometimes lies affect you, the liar, more than the person you're lying to.
Isn't a woman that's moaning in sex and enjoying it? She's lying.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you're lying about
Why?
how you're
There's
enjoying.
ego.
Yeah, but let me finish.
Sorry.
Let me finish.
If you're lying about, let's say it's your man that you've been with for a long time. If you're lying about his performance in the bedroom, that's gonna affect yourself for the worse in the long run.
Yeah.
The same way with boys, if you're lying about like a situationship that you're in, if you're lying to the girl, that's going to affect you in the long run. Because when the girl's obsessed with you and she can't stop messaging you and she's just moving mad and you're so stressed, it's affecting you.
Because you lie.
So sometimes lies, obviously it's good to no. It's not good to lie, but sometimes lies can affect you, the liar, more. So in in both situations that I've said, I feel like that affects you more. For the worse.
I hear that. Yeah. She's
So
right.
in those cases, what's the point of a small white lie if it's going to affect you in the future?
Because a lot of the times when you do lie, it is to benefit you, I believe.
Yeah.
So that kind of makes sense. At least for your own selfish desires, it makes sense to lie. But if you're lying, just in the future for you to be in more mess up.
The thing about
What's the point?
situationships is though, like sometimes you don't really know what it is. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, innit? So sometimes you just like you say things trying to work things out. You don't believe what I mean?
I believe you.
Do you know what I mean? You say things just to work.
Yeah, bro.
So what's this working out? Define working out for me.
No, because sometimes like you're getting to know each other and you might just say certain things because in the moment that's what
how you feel.
like. Do you get what I mean? But then
But that's not a lie then.
it's not a lie, but it's not. So I've read this quote. Someone said, "Say the truth, or at least don't lie," innit? But sometimes you don't really know
What the truth is.
what the truth is. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
You'll say it thinking it's the truth.
Because that's how you're
later on,
feeling.
not really.
Yeah,
But
it's not being.
then that
bare.
kind of boils down to saying what you think you should feel. So that kind of
But
is a lie because it's not
it's
what
not-
you
So
feel.
wait, so hold on. Should we be saying the
Sometimes
truth at
you
each
say
moment?
things.
Saying the truth at each moment, then.
So
Do
next
you get what I'm
week I have to drop another
Truth.
because can change.
Yeah, exactly. So what?
mad.
What type of? Okay, when we're talking about
What is this?
when we're talking about like a situationship and lies, or what might be perceived as lies, what exactly are we saying? Because we're not talking about the extreme here with something like oh yeah,
I wanna be your
wanna
boyfriend. Yeah.
We're not.
That's mad.
We're talking.
Bro, I'm feeling your vibe. Like, raw, like you're. That you
I
get
don't
onto
see
the-
any lie. I don't see any lie. I don't see it as a lie. I just think it's a thing where.
You felt this kind of way in the moment.
And then I don't know, maybe the person just doesn't like. Bro, if it was a situationship and it stayed that way and there was and the feeling was mutual, that you both feel each other's vibe but you don't want anything further, you don't want to be exclusive to each other.
Yeah.
You do feel each other and you do have love for each other. I'm just saying,
Yeah, go on.
hypothetically, you feel each other's vibe and you do have love for each other, but maybe there's something between you two that you're like, nah, this ain't gonna work like that, so we'll leave it at that. You'd mutually both leave happy. I guess, don't you feel like one party leaves unhappy when they
One person
expect
wanted
something more, but
Yeah.
if the other party, so for example, let's say you're speaking to a girl now, you're in a situation, you're talking, and she, I don't know, you say the things that you're feeling a vibe, like you're everything's going well, yeah, and then I don't know, you don't see her as someone you want to take seriously as your partner now. If you now say like, oh yeah, nah, it's not the way. I don't really want to. Either way, I'm guessing you've done the wrong.
Bad guy.
How? The only
for
reason
general
why you
people,
can't
innit?
define things is because
Different people, different things.
certain desires overweigh others. So, for example, if you're saying you're not sure how you feel about this girl, there's like a small desire that you don't want to talk to her anymore, yeah? but the desire to want to do other things with her overweigh exactly. So that's why you don't end up.
Who broke it just philosophy?
So that's why. Because let's say, for example, if it's been a month, or whatever, and you're trying to be.
What's the we're working things out?
Get the butt beef in here.
She educated, man. Oh my days. Wow.
Oh my days.
That is jokes.
Code red. She's smarter than we thought.
In front of her as well. And she's just looking like, what?
No, I'm joking.
No,
Yeah,
carry on,
that
carry
doesn't
on.
make sense.
Well, you kind of.
Cut her short. Go on.
I don't know what I was saying now, do I?
You're spitting though.
I was saying that. What was I saying?
the desire. So sometimes the desire.
Yeah, so let's say, for
others.
example, if you're 2 months in and from the jump, you know, okay, not gonna lie, I'm attracted to this girl, I'm attracted to her physically. I want to take it further physically. And you haven't been able to take it further physically. Then, of course, that desire is gonna overweigh your desire to not
honest
want to
with
talk
her.
to her
Yeah,
or to
yeah.
want to see what, like, that's just how things work in life.
So,
No?
so, in regards to those desires, yeah, what would you say the right thing to do in that situation is? Because your desire to just be physical with this girl, as opposed to wanting to take things further, would you say you hang around just to fulfill the said desire of being physical, or you be honest and cut the losses?
Sorry, can I answer this one?
Yeah, I'm going to.
I think,
My boy.
I just think you need to find out what her desires are.
I was just about to say, Nathan, we're on the same page.
Go on.
It should have been you sitting here, you know.
Whoa!
I'm joking.
If her desires align with your desires, then go and do what your desires do you get.
Yeah.
But if her desires are different to your desires, then you remove yourself from the situation.
Philosopher.
It's just
100%.
easier said than done.
That's the
Really and
teacher over there.
But why
What
is
do
it?
you mean?
But why is it
Like-
easier said than done though?
Because when you're in the thick of things, you're not really thinking about all of these steps that I should, or maybe straight away I should say this. Let's make sure we're on the same page. The way some people talk nowadays, it just happens. Like, you're not really thinking about your feelings. It's like until down the line when maybe one person wants to take it further is when it's then brought up.
I think
But
people
then I feel
realise and
like,
ignore the feelings.
like,
though.
what's the word? What's this word when you're thinking about something but without realizing? Subconsciously, you're thinking about her feelings because you not wanting to tell her
my days.
straight, like, I don't want to talk to you anymore. You're thinking about her feelings, no? So if you're thinking about her feelings that way,
She's on to us!
if you're thinking about her feelings that way, why not tell her?
Pull-up therapy.
Because regardless,
Well,
you're gonna
okay.
hurt her feelings. If you're gonna hurt her feelings in 2 months,
I don't think there's a rebuttal. I don't know.
if you're gonna
I'm on her side. No, I'm on her side.
Yeah, guys.
No, JB.
JB,
Don't
JB,
bother.
Why is it easier said than done, bro?
Why?
Why? What's wrong with you, man?
JB, if you're gonna hurt her feelings now, how much
You're not
worse?
quite steady.
You're not steady.
Yeah,
It's not steady.
So I don't have
I don't think you haven't missed though. I won't even lie.
No, she hasn't.
You haven't
Yeah,
missed.
you-
Wow.
no, no, no.
Yeah, you're saying
Sharpshooter.
that
Sharpshooter.
you're doing it because you're gonna hurt her feelings anyways, but you're not saying something straight away as well. Isn't that a way of protecting her feelings? Like, you don't want to say something
Okay,
straight
so
away.
what's worse? Because this is a trick question. I'm gonna let you know from the beginning. What's worse?
Okay.
Telling someone from the jump that you don't want to talk to them anymore, yeah, or telling them after you got what you wanted that you don't want to talk to them anymore, or when you found something better. Both, when you think about it from her, like, both are as bad as each other. So why not? So why not do the first one? Because I'm not sure about like situationships fully from a man's side, yeah. But I just know that it's a liability.
Relationship.
No, I've been in situations in the past.
Don't get it twisted, bro. Just because she's
But in
smart.
the future, now,
No, don't get it twisted, bro.
I've been.
This is all theory.
And
Where do you gain your knowledge from?
exactly. I'm talking about obviously me now where I am. In the past, of course. But I'm saying now in the future, I'm saying out of the two, would you not rather say it from the beginning? Because
Spitting, man.
where like when I look at like boys, like your stature or where you are in a situationship, the heartbreak falls bad on a girl But for you, the situation is very techie. When a girl is more into you than you're into her.
Yes.
And after that, once that has happened, it's even harder for you to even bring that conversation in. So why not bring it in at the beginning?
Okay, cool. So you see the 2 points.
That's true.
Your second point was saying what, like after you've done something, then
them.
yeah. But then what if that feeling just came after you've done something anyways?
More time.
Damn a lie.
No, that does happen.
That happens.
But then if that's
So-
happened, then you know that you're being truthful. You have to do what you've got to do. But if you know that you've known from the beginning, you're wicked.
No, this is
You're very wicked. You're wicked.
I think that
If
defines
you've
it.
known
That's
that you've
the
known
way
from
of
the
putting it still.
beginning,
Yeah.
you let the girl along.
That's true.
Just to get your
well
own
done,
selfish
Yeah.
whatever.
I'm on JB's side.
That's what it boils down to. That's what it boils down to. Because
When you knew.
If someone knows, that means they're lying.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
manipulative, isn't it? Lying for the purpose of the sex.
For their
innit?
benefit, yeah.
You are now listening to PullUp Pod with JB, SK, MB, and Bangs.
Cool. Question for all of us, yeah? Do you think what you're looking for in someone that you present it yourself? So what you're looking for in your desired significant other, do you believe that vice versa, you present
You have
your
that
own thing?
quality.
Whatever.
You have that quality. I was actually speaking to Beth about this earlier today. She was basically saying she feels like women should. This is what she feels like women should actually kind of lower their expectations in regards to certain things that they want in terms of long term marriage.
Get on the phone.
Yeah, go on.
Yo.
We want Bethel, yo. She was basically saying how some women will expect certain things that they don't have themselves. For example, she used like a trivial example of the car thing that she sees a lot on social media. Whereas a lot of girls don't have a driving license or have a plan to
or
put
something
in
that
place.
puts them in.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? And want to they will not give a guy who doesn't drive the time of day. Do you get what I'm trying to say? She was basically saying you should lower your expectations. However, I don't think you should. You need to have what you want your partner to have.
It's not lowering expectations. You just got. I don't think it's about lowering
I
expectations.
don't think you necessarily want
some that's key.
some
That's
that
key.
you want to share, but
Share.
there's some features
Values.
there's values and features that you want to share with your partner, but not all of them have to be the same.
But the question I ask you guys is, do you think that you guys present it? So whatever you're looking for in someone, I get it because it's opposite gender. It's not that. No, it's
not that
simple.
simple.
In certain aspects.
In certain aspects, it is. In general, do you think you've got what you're looking for in someone in terms of how well they've got themselves put together, like the things they have in their, like, do you believe you yourself, like, for what you
Based on what Khadija was saying, how there's certain things that you want and certain things can change. The things that I want that are non-negotiable in a partner, I feel like I have.
Okay.
The things that I can change, that's fine, innit? But the ones that are non-negotiable, I feel like I present them.
Okay. That's good. That's good to put it.
Yeah.
I think so.
Apart from one, actually, but
Like apart from that one,
apart from one
two.
store.
But I'd hope to have those.
Yeah,
very
eventually.
soon.
That's quite interesting.
Apart
So
from
are you
one.
guys okay to share it? Or no?
Yeah.
Well, one thing that you wouldn't want your partner to have.
No, I do want them to have.
Let's say 3 things. I'm gonna ask you if you're okay first. I don't like to offend.
I got 3 things.
So 3 things that you would want in a partner that you believe that you have.
that I have.
You said that you present.
Oh, I thought you were gonna things we don't have. So driving or the.
Should I play deeper?
Yeah, well,
Not driving. That's scratch on the surface. Deeper. That's a driving. No, deeper.
That's so then I'm chatting shit. Like,
I'm gonna say drive. I got the drive. He's talking about driving. I got the drive.
I'm gonna give one, but the ability to share. You can't be selfish.
Get this man out of here, man.
You guys made me look useless.
I said driving.
I meant drive though.
To have ambition.
Yeah. No.
The drive.
You can't speak for me still.
Okay, sorry. I won't do it again.
JB, innit?
Silence, yeah?
Boy.
Glad I got my one up.
Your spinning drink.
No,
Let me give 3. Okay, let me try and give 3. I would say outgoing.
Okay.
I think I'm outgoing. Respectful and kind. That's just 3, not my top 3. But those are 3 things that I can think off the top of my head that I believe that I present.
You have, yeah.
I'd say,
And I think outgoing is very important. But yeah.
I'll probably say dedicated to whatever it is that we're doing, like both of us, relationship, marriage, whatever. Dedicated. What was the first thing I said? Having a drive.
Yeah.
My third non-negotiable would be like faith, high level of faith. But that was the one I said I'm trying to reach
For you to
to ask for that kind of level, innit?
Yeah.
Fair enough. I'll say self-aware. Awareness, man.
Yeah, that's important.
That's aware, bro. Because
That's important.
That's important still.
Now
Like, a lot of
you guys
people
are making my ones look rubbish. I want to do it again.
yeah, man, self-awareness is important. I ain't going to speak too much on it, but I sound silly, but yeah.
You think you're self-aware?
Yeah, I do. Even in things that I
he's
make,
very
even in
self-aware.
things that I might seem like I'm not, I feel like I notice everything. Sometimes I feel like I'm too self-aware.
But the thing about self-awareness though, why it's good is it's going to make you, when you have issues, she's going to be able to realise where she's gone wrong. Do you get what I mean? So let's say she's
Everybody has a level of it. No, everyone has a level of it.
No, but because you're self-aware,
Yeah.
let's say I came to you, hey, your SP, I didn't like the way you did something. You,
Yeah.
because you're self-aware, you'd go back and deep it and look at it like, right, was
Yeah,
I
yeah.
bugging?
I'd
Whereas
assess
someone
it
who's
fully,
not self-aware, you're chatting rubbish.
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? They're not even like.
They're not gonna hear it.
Yeah, no, you know that self-awareness thing is too important for me because for me personally, someone that lacks self-awareness is just instant. Oh no, because I feel like
clash.
long term, this can't run still. I don't like.
You think that's you're something you're not, and I can see that you're not that, but you think you're that.
Yeah.
What about patience?
Oh, patience.
Do you
is
guys
important.
look in patience for a girl? I'm just asking as a question. Patience.
I don't think it's something I've deeped and said, yeah, I need a girl that's patient still.
Patience is very
Patience
important.
I think it's, for me, yeah. It's
I'm
up
talking
there,
about
so-
I feel like it's not something-
long.
It's a good
long
virtue.
term.
It's a good virtue.
It's very
Thinking about her being a
important.
mum, her being a wife, is patience not important? Or even like when you think about marriage.
I'm not saying
patience.
it's not, but I'm just saying I haven't deeped it. Yeah, I'm just saying I haven't.
I probably haven't deeped it because I
think
probably
that's
expect it to be something that
That
should be like.
you should be
so,
patient.
so, yeah.
Yeah, should be patient.
Do you think you're patient?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't think.
That's a good question.
Not very patient.
That's where your self-awareness comes in.
Yeah, I think I'm patient.
SP, I don't think you're that patient. I think you're patient, but not very patient.
No, I'm not. No.
But that's something
But
you
then
want her
again,
to have.
yeah, like I said, I don't have everything.
There's certain
Yeah,
things you have to
some
work
people
on.
don't
You
have-
have to work on that.
Work on yourself, literally.
Which is why that question is a bit strange, though, as well.
Where
Because what you think you have,
sometimes you don't.
sometimes you don't have it.
Don't have it,
Like
yeah.
that when Benga said, is there like a abbreviation that I should be using of your name?
No, you're good, bro.
When,
We can't find that like 2 weeks.
You're good, bro. You're good,
right,
bro.
when Benga said about self-awareness, I feel like loads of girls would say that they're self-aware when they're not. Most of us, our parents aren't even born here. Obviously, with Caribbean people, it's different. But for most of us, we haven't even been here for longer than 100 years, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Most people, it's their
exactly.
grandparents that were born here, and their grandparents aren't over 100 years old.
Yeah.
So again, I think we shouldn't be too hard on ourselves because it's still new, but we still need to get out of the mentality that we're in now.
The reality is, yeah, sorry to cut you off. I feel like people need to start thinking about families in regards to, like, for example, let's say I start a family. Where are my children going to go to school? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Man needs to invest in that as opposed to the latest car or the latest drip. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Man pay tuition. Do you get what I mean? Because that's what's going to put them in the proper position to earn well, increase their higher power. Do you get what I'm trying to say? That keeps it going.
Just to talk about it, yeah. If we're talking about not always giving into instant gratification, if we're talking about like inheritance tax, you need to understand that what you're doing now, it might take a while for that to even turn into generational wealth because it's not just going to stop at you. It's not like, okay, I've got money now, I can leave 2 houses. It's not going to stop at you. It's going to take a long time, and that's why it's important for it to be mentality and for us to learn. It's important for education to be like drilled into the heads
Family morals.
of family morals and really understanding leaving things behind. It's not just me that needs to leave things behind, or it's not just my dad left something behind. I'm calm now. It's all of us. We need to leave, and that's
What
how.
you said about the Rothschild, they have like a family crest. Like, if I'm part of this family, I know that this is our thing.
This
This
is
is
the
what we're trying to
objectives.
do.
We have
Do
objectives.
you get what I'm trying to say? Whereas man don't really have that same sort of moral core within a family and say this is what my family represents. I think the only thing that the black sort of community and the black family has that's similar to that is faith and religion. We'll say, oh, we're trying to be a holy
Religious
family or
family,
religious family, and we're trying to uphold these moral values, but values that are outside of morality, we don't really have that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I feel like if we start look at things in a way like, what are we trying to do financially? What industry are we trying to break through? I'm trying to have a bag of doctors in my family. And we're trying to break through the engineering industry. Do you get what I'm trying to say? If you start thinking of things like that,
But then again, that starts with us. Because most of our parents,
definitely.
when you come
They didn't
here,
have the opportunity
they never
to think
even
like
had
that.
the opportunity to
To
think
think
of
like that.
career. They're thinking about whatever jobs I can get,
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
jobs I can do to get paid, whatever jobs I can do to provide for my children.
See now,
Do you get what I mean?
You see what JB was saying about cool. For example, us now, we all get grad jobs and we start earning. The difference is, do we skip that that era of flashy and start thinking of the family straight away? Are we ready to make that
So
sacrifice?
what I'm going to ask you, Benga, is do you think then the code to unlock this
Well,
I don't want to call it a curse, but let's say this cycle, do you think is business? Or do you think, because if we
No, I
think
don't
about
think it's business.
okay,
Go
because
on.
if we think about working for people, if we all end up just working a normal 9 to 5, how do you ever think we can build a house?
Do you know what?
Or like, you know, them family names where it's a house that, you know, oh, like let's say for example Diana, her house was the, I don't even know, I don't want to actually say the wrong house, but it's the Spencer family or whatever. That's a house that everybody knows, like what Benga was saying, everybody in this family like does this, do you know what I mean?
What I was gonna say, I just don't think. I think we can do it, but just not here.
Everyone build back home.
Yeah.
But that's the thing though, it would have to be
I always have a problem when people say that.
Why?
Because for us to be brought up here, to integrate back home, it's very hard.
difficult. It's not
And
easy.
even, you know, loads of people, when they think about building businesses or building like infrastructure and all of these things back home, they forget that you need people from back home to help you to do these things. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but the mentality is just not there for them. The mentality is
might not be the same.
It's just not the same.
No,
And
but as
that's
you
why
said-
regardless of what happens in Africa, again, it needs to be education.
Yeah,
People
that's
need
what
to
I'm
be
saying. That's what I'm
educated,
saying,
because you can give them £5 billion today and somehow
It will
that money
go.
will
It
go.
happens. It happens.
Somehow it's just the mentality, and it's not their fault. It's obviously the way
Ignorance.
ignorance. The way circumstances have left Africa is just the reason why the mentality there is just not the same. So even if we're to say, oh yeah, we all have to go back,
The infrastructure.
who's going to help you? The infrastructure there already is
already-
tricky. It's
Pull up.
Yeah, no, it's true. So you make a good point. Man. You make a good point.
But we're gonna have to end on that point. Running out of time.
Slack.
That was what episode again? 36.
36.
That was episode 36 of the
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah.
Episode 36 of the
Big
PullUp
up,
podcast.
Big guest from Fancy Going Out, Khadija.
Yeah, no words.
Wish
Plug
and push,
yourself, man.
wish and
Plug
push.
yourself.
Alright, cool. It's calm.
No worries. Her at is Fancy Going Out. I don't know. Did I get that
oh,
right?
you said at myself.
Yeah.
At Fancy Going Out.
It's
Tell
Fancy
them what you
Going
do.
Out.
Tell them what you do.
Yeah, word.
Right, so it's a new page, and so far we've just posted food. It's like a food blogging page at the moment, but hopefully we can branch out to travel, activities.
Inshallah.
I'm flying them out, so yeah, you're due to see that coming.
Right, another thing, guys. Benga keeps on saying it, but he's not doing ish.
Cool.
So you guys get in his
just the
DMs.
He's not alpha male.
But yeah, soon coming, man. DXB first.
You're taking the piss.
Right, y'all gonna be living on a tight budget.
They're calling me like, Benz, can you try me now, man? Like,
No enough room.
but yeah, man. Benz out.
MB out.
JB out.
Let's be out. Push and push and push. Yeah.
Khadija out.
Wait. Say steady, please.
Steady.
Aye.